Welcome to the Underrepresented in Tech podcast, where we talk about issues in underrepresentation and have difficult conversations. Underrepresented in Tech is a free database with the goal of helping people find new opportunities in WordPress and tech. Hello, Samah.
Hello, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's August. We finally have summer here in the Netherlands. I'm really happy. And last Saturday was the Pride Parade. And
Oh,
in
nice.
Amsterdam, usually around the world, you do it walking, but no, in the Netherlands, we do the parade in the canal. We just like
Oh, okay.
everyone in the boat happy dancing and going around. And at Yost, we had amazing boat and we were watching everyone. And it was really amazing. We watched like 80 big boat going by. It was
Oh,
really
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome
I
day.
want to visit Amsterdam someday. That would be so fun.
You should, and you should do it in August and you could attend the
Yeah.
parade also.
We'll have to make plans for maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Be
cross
awesome.
fingers.
Especially if I get to come see Yoast, like where you work and all of that and meet people. That would be so fun.
That will be awesome. I will take you on a special tour in the Netherlands and special tour in the HQ. So
Sounds good to me. Oh, well, you came up with today's topic and I love it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the title because the title trigger my brain and I watched the story live, but I'm gonna say the title. The
Hmm.
title of the story or what we're gonna talk about today is women can have high testosterone. That doesn't make them men or transgender. The story is about the Olympics today. There's an Algerian boxer. His name is Iman Khelif. She became have the center of attention and people accusing her of not being a woman.
Hmm.
What happened? She has a match with an Italian lady, and after 47 seconds, she's physically strong woman. She was able to win, and then they start saying that she's transgender. She's not a real woman.
Right.
This is not the first time happening. I think this is the second time happening with her and also with another boxer her from Taiwan. Her name is Lin Ye Tong. I
Hmm.
hope I pronounced the name right. Um, they had a lot of I don't want to say, but let's say it's bullying because that's what's happening now. They're accusing her of not being women. Both of them were born as female, raised as girls, have always identified as women, and have always competed as women in boxing or championship.
Hmm.
And now in the Olympics, it's having a lot of big deal about it, and I found it very ridiculous that we're coming to a woman. She was, I don't want to say she was born as a woman. She identified as a woman and she have all of the rights, everything that you have to start proving yourself. You have to show your certificate, your birth certificate, your identity, and I found it
Hmm.
crazy. And also at the same time, it's really going a lot accusation for a lot of athletes and
Hmm.
I want to talk today. It's what are the common misconceptions about gender in sports and how accusing someone of because if they're really doing a sport, then you must be a woman, you must be a man, or how we can dare to tell someone you are not this gender, you are other gender. I'm really happy that the IOC, when I mentioned the IOC, the International Olympic
Hmm.
Committee, has done well, amazing in this issue related to Imani after Tokyo Olympics would have a lot of those accusation, and I felt make me feel sad that people has to start defending like, no, I'm a woman, I'm a real woman, like,
Yeah.
and I felt sad because one of her comments, she said she's not that feeling beautiful, she doesn't look like a normal woman, but she's a woman, and that it's a very horrible feeling that you have to defend yourself. Um, I go back to the IOC. They publish a framework on fairness, inclusion, and non-discrimination. And for the first time, a lot of people saying this is the first time the process include athletes affected by these regulation and their experiences. Um, I want to talk today uh, why uh, attacking women, because I never thought any from the male athletes. First of all, they say he's really good at gymnastics. He must be a woman. He or he's doing something. He must be a woman. And at the same time, why does it matter? Like, if it's like the testosterone level to if someone say I identify as a woman, to do a test to prove like, yeah, your testosterone is high, that you're not a woman. And at the same time, women can have high level of testosterone. uh, what are you going to do with non-binary? So is there's a test some people want us to do, and I found it very crazy topic to talk
Mhm.
about, because you feel it like as if they call transgender women as something insulting. You're a transgender woman, but why? What's the issue? And I know we're still a little bit backwards in the sports, because women competing, they were not accepting any transgender woman. The only
Mhm.
woman by birth or identify as a woman or grow up as a woman. All of this has to be combination. And now also they do start doing a test for your DNA and your testosterone level, which I found it crazy. Yeah, that's it. What identify you as a
That's
woman
it.
and what?
You say that's it,
Yeah.
like, oh, that's all. That's an easy thing. And it should be, right? It should be in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And so when I woke up this morning, I don't remember. I scrolled my email, I scrolled the news. Like, I don't remember where I saw this, but like her family was even showing pictures of her as a child to show her
Yeah.
in dresses and raised as a little girl because she's a girl, she's a woman, right? And so I remember when this first happened, like literally within minutes, it was all over Twitter. It was all over Facebook. And it follows on the opening ceremonies where they had the Feast of Dionysus and everybody was like,
Yeah.
that's the Last Supper, and you can't do that to God and to Jesus and all of these things. And it's crazy to me how immediately triggered some people are about these things. And
Mm.
I literally thought it was just in the US because I think we're crazy here, right? And I feel like I'm constantly like I'm the salmon swimming upstream against all the crazy right wingers in my country. But this was international, and it wasn't just Americans that were saying anything about this. And furthermore, when she did compete in the Tokyo Olympics, she lost to a lot of
Yeah.
women. Like she lost five or six different um bouts, rounds. I'm not sure. I don't follow boxing. It's
Yeah.
I don't like to watch people beat each other up, but
Yeah.
it's a sport, and that's, whatever. Anyway, um there's already memes like that Mike Tyson wants to fight her and all of these other
Yeah.
things. None of it is true. He didn't say that. Like, it's this poor woman. Not only does she have to face this in the media and face this at the Olympics and walking around, but she has to go home to a place where being transgender is
Yeah.
illegal. And not that she is, and I'm not saying that she's doing anything illegal, but now people in her own hometown might start doubting and hating, and who knows, right? Like there's potential for those things. And my heart breaks for her. It really does. I think that I would never want to be in that position where somebody is so accusatory of something in that way that's that really affects me at the core of my identity and who I am, right? So, like, I am assigned female at birth. I identify as a woman. I have produced offspring. Not that that makes you a woman, because it does not, but I'm just saying, like,
Mm.
all of these things that have cemented for me who I am. If somebody came to me and were like, well, you code too well, so you must be a man, like that would be the
Yeah.
equivalent, right? In our
Yeah.
world. And we have heard that as women in tech. First of all, nobody ever accuses me of coding too well because that is not my thing. But there are women who code incredibly well, and other men in the past, and maybe even today, have said things like that, like, where did you get this code from? And, and you must be lying. Somebody must be doing this for you. Like, women can't code this well. you're in the wrong industry. Like we've talked about misogyny before, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's at the root of this as well. It's definitely a misogynistic thing, right? So, it's misogyny to accuse a woman of not being pretty enough. It's misogyny to accuse a woman of not being feminine enough. It's misogyny to say that she's too strong to be a woman. Like all of these things, it's crazy. She has elevated testosterone. Everybody has.
Yep.
We all have hormones within us. Every woman has testosterone. Every man has estrogen. It's just that usually there's a higher balance of one or the other, but that is not always the case because we are not perfect people, not turned out by machines. And so, and that's to say everybody is perfect in their own way, 100%. So we won't be just carbon copies of each other. Absolutely not. Genetics plays a huge part in things. Um, there's just so much, there's even studies that show that men that eat higher levels of soy end up with higher levels of estrogen. So
Yeah.
like, and end up with gynecomastia, I think is what it's called, where they grow boobs,
Yeah.
those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Gynecomastia, I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, we could look it up.
Mhm.
It just comes down to the fact that I have said over and over and over the however many years we've had underrepresented in tech, we have to believe people first. And
Definitely.
when somebody tells you who they are, you believe them. Period. That's all there is to it.
The thing is, it makes me feel sad because when she finished the game, when she went start crying, she was not it was not happy tears. It was more that she was a sad because the way they were talking, people were talking and they were screaming at her, and her father, she was screaming, she's a female, she's a female, she's a woman, and that is really break her heart because I believe also um uh it is really there's a mental impact uh on her. And also I was reading, it is why is judging athletes gender by testosterone's level not the right way. It's a very complex issue. uh Testosterone can be, as you said, women and men. It can be high level up and down, and if you have high level testosterone, then your tissue and muscle, you have more muscles.
Mm-hmm.
But also doesn't mean if you have high level of testosterone, then you are a man. And also a lot, there's women as with female genitals, with they feel women, they grow up as women, and they have XY DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So all of genes, sorry, all of this is really combined. Really heavy things on her, because like now someone is questioning you in public and bullying you as a woman.
Yeah.
And honestly, because you don't look pretty, you don't look like a woman, you don't look like have this feminine thing. And that is, I felt really sorry for her because uh, also we're living in an age that she cannot shift and delete those things online. She has to live with it. She has to defend
Mm-hmm.
herself. And this is not the first time and the second. And sadly, I know we don't talk about politics, but also Trump was talking about her. Like, come
Right.
on, like, everyone was talking about her. And you said it Twitter. For me, like the last 3 days in TikTok, a lot of videos making fun of her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm really happy. One news, I don't know if it's like news channel or radio, in Algeria, they were defending her that they make there was fun memes about her that she looks like a devil, that she's strong with the muscles, and the other person she's
Mm-hmm.
like a nice lady's boxing and she's scared. And I hated the way how they put her.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately this Algerian, again, podcast news channel, they made her photo as an angel, like she's like something really good in Arabic culture. And I was really happy that they were really open mind. But I felt
Mm-hmm.
really sorry for her that she has, and her family, to prove that she's a girl, putting photos, as you said, online.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have all of us to be beautiful. We don't have all of us to be
No.
size zero. We don't have all of us to look so feminine. And it's okay to have high level of testosterone. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we say we don't talk about politics. I
Yeah.
think people participate in politics, people aren't politics. So
Yeah.
this woman is not politics. She is not political. She is not something, she is not a pawn. She is not something that we should be arguing about. She should be lauded for her expertise and her the the time and energy and training that she has done to get to where she is today. If you look at her records over the last Olympics to this Olympics, she has improved
Yeah.
amazingly, right? So, like, why then are we questioning it now? Why did we not question it when she was losing,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So,
yeah.
it's ridiculous, but people are not politics. Human rights are not politics. People politicize them, but they are. I am not a politic because I'm a woman. I am not a politic because I'm a disabled person. I am a human being first and foremost, and we need to remember that about every single person that we're talking about. And like I said, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. Sometimes they show you horrible things about themselves.
Mm.
I believe that too, right? If you come to me and you tell me you are a horrible person, I'm going to believe that also. Um, and that's not to say people don't lie. Of course, people lie and you find out who they really are later. But we have this character. Have you heard Pollyanna? This character, Pollyanna, who only tries to see the good in people. So it's a Disney thing. It's a book from way back when. And this girl, Pollyanna, just like she makes these old curmudgeons, like softens their hearts because she sees the good in people. I try to be that person and see the good in people and believe people when they tell me who they are until they prove otherwise, right? And
Yeah.
so please don't politicize women. Please don't politicize, any underrepresented person because we're not politics.
It is so crazy the world you have to start we start defending our gender and you have to show evidence just because I hate then the haters they always hate people and this comment and I know this comment started flaming after she lost in front of the Italian I'm not blaming her but I blame the government the right wing they said something and they start accusing no, she's not a woman. She's a man because she beat her in 47 seconds. And you're absolutely true when you said like when she was losing. No one said like, okay, she has more muscles than a normal sized woman. She's like this. Nobody talk about her high testosterone level and a lot of things. I found it very weird that we are in 2024 women accusing publicly they're not women and we have to start showing our birth certificates our photos and people bully you online that then start talking about the way that you look and there no you have to be transgender and you have to defend yourself as a transgender but also now you have to defend yourself as a woman it's like you cannot win in any single direction
Yeah.
I found it yeah I hope the Olympic Committee they did really good job in replying. I'm really happy
Hmm.
about it.
Same.
And I didn't watch the Olympic. I don't know if she won or something. I didn't watch it yesterday. But perhaps she won, like a gold something,
I
Just
hope so.
bam.
I hope she has something really nice to take away from it to like soften all the hatred as to go
Yeah.
home with a medal would be a
Yeah.
good thing, right? For sure. But
Yeah, yeah, but it's funny because you see a lot of athletes, women, you can see their body, they have amazing muscles. And I
hmm
always make a fun with my husband. I always say, she has better shoulders than you. She has more, she has more structure, arms and muscles. And he was looking at me, I should work out. and but but they really, really, really work out. It's not like they work
hmm
out 1 hour a day. They spend all of their life working out, is eating specific food. They make sure their hormone levels, they don't take medication and all of this. Because
Yeah.
if you have high level of testosterone and you take medication, that is gonna cause you a lot of also other issues, otherwise tiredness, hormones when they go up and down. It's so crazy to your body.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And any woman who's ever had a baby can tell you how crazy your hormones can be when they're disrupted by something else, right? So imagine if that wasn't even like medications and things like that that are just, yeah, I can only imagine how crazy it would be. Um, yeah, it's just one of those things that we just let her be. Come on, man, just let her be.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. When when my gosh, this was a long time ago now. This is maybe 12 years ago. My youngest brother was 5 years old at the time, and they lived in Puerto Rico, and I was down there the um in the hot tub with them, right? So I'm in my bathing suit, and my little brother looked at my arm, and I'm a plus size person, so I got big arms, right? And he said, "Wow, you must be so strong." I was like, "Oh, honey, it's a big difference between muscle and fat, but thank you." And I was thinking about that this week too. Like, you don't know some until you've lived in somebody else's,
Yeah.
and we can't do that, right? We don't have the ability to swap brains and see what it's like to be somebody else. So we just have to lead with empathy and be good human beings.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, maybe it's also when you grow older, I reach a level that I stop caring because we as women, we get a lot of judge
Hmm.
about how we look, about our weight. If you're too skinny, then you should eat more. If you're overweight, no, you cannot say you should lose weight. They told you should be healthier and skinnier in your face, you cannot, they
Hmm.
told you like, and if you have a curly hair, all the time they give you this comment, someone, you have to straighten your hair. All of the time, who you
Yeah.
are, that you find some people tell you to change yourself. And all
Hmm.
of us, I don't want to say all of us. I will speak personally. When I usually have very curly hair. They used to call me mop, or some men make fun of my hair that there's like spider net in it or whatever.
Oh my
And
gosh.
also, yeah, but when we were young, that can cause a
It hurts.
self-confidence in you.
Yeah.
And you start saying like, yeah, I want to change my hair to make it straight. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then me now I reach a level. I don't care. This is me. If you like me,
Hmm.
sometimes I have a bad hair day, sometimes good hair day. If I gain weight or not, I'm the one who is working. I'm paying for my own food. It's my
Yeah.
health. Please do not interfere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still find it difficult that if you're too pretty, you're seducing people, and if you're not looking feminine, that you have to prove that you're a woman.
Yeah.
So it's
I gave up on that a long time ago too. Like, I am who I am. Like I I own makeup, but it's probably so expired I should throw it out because I never wear makeup. Like, I just don't care, right? There was a
no.
time in my life when I thought, um, before I uh became who I am today, when I was younger, like there was such fear put in you that people would think you were gay if you didn't behave a certain way. And when I was a child in the 70s and 80s, that was like a death sentence, right? Because we weren't the community that we are today. And that's not to say that we're perfect, because we definitely, and we talked about this, we need to do better as a community. But like, oh, you don't wear makeup, you must be gay. Oh, you have really short hair, you must be gay. Like those kinds of things were very prevalent when I was growing up. And so that was always planted in the back of my head that that's a negative thing. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. But I just grew up in a very sheltered area. And I don't even think my mother knew that those were the kinds of things that were being said by kids, and because she
Mm,
might have said otherwise, of course, but those kinds of things are ingrained in us very early on so that we behave and look a certain way. And so when somebody like this boxer doesn't behave and look the certain way, then immediately people are like, oh, she's winning. There must be something wrong. There must be something. She
yeah.
must be hiding something. And that's a terrible, terrible way to behave around people, to
Yeah.
immediately jump to those conclusions.
Absolutely. I
Absolutely.
agree with you. Just
Yeah.
accept each other, respect each other feeling. And I don't know why people, they don't put themselves, just imagine it for 30 seconds, your place, put like swap places. How
Yeah.
would you make you feel? I do it all of the time. And I always like, I feel like, no, you cannot say this, you cannot do that, because if someone said it to me, it will hurt me, because she's a
Mhm.
human being at the end.
Right.
Now I'm
Yeah.
scared. Now in the future we start telling this is a human being and this is alien. I don't know what his name. There's an American swimmer. His name is Michael Forbes. If I'm
Michael Phelps. Yep.
Phillips, he was really like swimming like a shark. They
Yeah.
used to call him the shark, and they said
Right.
genetically he has his lungs was bigger or something, that he's really good and very fast swimmer.
And
Nobody.
his body doesn't create lactic acid as
Yeah,
like half as much as everybody else, so he doesn't feel pain as quickly
yeah,
when he swims.
yeah. So we didn't say that, are you a man or you're an alien? Nobody reached,
Right.
nobody talked to him like that. No, you're alien. You need to prove that you're a human being with a.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a different set of rules for women and men since the beginning of time. And that's an unfortunate thing because it only holds back people who have great desires and amazing abilities to be able to affect their world in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, one of the
So
things. Mhm.
cheer for her. Cheer for Imani.
That's right. That's right. Congratulations, Imani. We're very happy for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're behind you all the way. There's another story that's come out of the Olympics that I want to talk about next week, and that's
Yeah.
has to do with mental health. And I think that affects us in every walk of life, but in the tech field, we see that as well. And so next week, we're going to talk about Simone Biles and how she took a mental health break during an Olympics event for her own benefit and how that affected her, and how what people said about that and how we can help support one another through those kinds of things. So we'll see everybody next week on
Yeah,
Underrepresented in
definitely.
Tech.
Yeah. See you everyone
Bye.
next week. Bye.
Bye. If you're interested in using our database, joining us as a guest for an episode, or just want to say hi, go to underrepresentedintech.com. See you next week.